Hello there guys, Bilbo10000 here, bringing you another episode of Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. This is episode 23, and in this episode we're going to investigate this suspicious murder, starting with the body. These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be sure, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where? I don't actually know what that is. Wait, was it there? I'll have to double check that later. I don't actually know what that is, I can't really tell. Fragments near the dead body has been found added to the truth bullet section of your hand. I don't know what that is. The knife, obviously, which was mine. There's a knife laying on the ground. Is this... It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The monocular file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. It's also clean. Wait, is this... Oh, that's it. It's the knife that person was holding. It's the knife that got stolen from our room. But that kind of incriminates us. But here's the problem. The knife doesn't have any blood on it. But if that body was stabbed, then I'd expect there to be blood on the knife. So why isn't there blood on the knife? Whoever the person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And the same knife was used to stab the same masked attacker we found here. So... the masked person got stabbed, and the person we saw after the masked person appeared was Kyoko. So this is a very interesting situation right now. And maybe then he thinks maybe he could have done it. If this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. Why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. There's no way. It's definitely an interesting situation. Let's take a look at the body itself. Okay, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not. Alright, let's take a look. Well, it's got that tattoo and a few loose fingernails. Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails. Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long. They seem like they get in the way of normal activity. Fake nails. Like, these seem more like really elongated fake nails. I don't think I've seen anyone that actually has fake nails that long. There's also something on the back of her right hand. Is this a tattoo? It got burned, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. And we can't really tell what's wrong with Kyoko's hands because she hasn't shown them to us, so I can't even tell if that's actually us or not, or whatever. Is there anything else I need to look at? Something weird about the body, the fake nails, the hands. Okay, I guess that's it. I don't think I've seen everything there is to see. Okay. The actual body itself, the white jacket the victim was wearing, totally got burned up. And there's only one little piece left. Anything else? This little bit here. The upper half of the body got set on fire. The top half of the body is wet because of us, because we poured the bucket of water. So that was us that put that out. Since I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. And isn't that right? Yep. Okay, so exploded body analysis. And then over here. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? Okay, I don't think there's anything else we need to do in this bit. Okay, let's talk of Hina.
Listen, Makoto. Do you remember how the body looked, you know, before it blew up?
If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. And there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area around it was stained with blood. Apparently, the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Byakuya said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was on the body, I didn't see any on the ground around it.
Okay. Wow, thanks. That was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember it a lot better too. So thank you too. Body before the explosion, probably very important. Let's go to Byakuya next. Good timing, Makoto. I wanted to talk to you. What do you want to talk about?
So
I'd like to hear your alibi. Yeah, that's fair enough. Alibi?
In other
Correct.
words.
I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night, in my room. Well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night. But why are you asking about that now, and what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Isn't it obvious? The murder took place after nighttime. How can you know that for sure? Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro has been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together for the entire night last night. What? Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's rooms to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have airtight alibis. The only ones who don't have alibis are me and Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm the only one without an alibi. Also, when we went to get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well.
What?
But you never came to the door. So where precisely were you? I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so... That's hardly an alibi. I know. So, what now? You seem to be quite at a disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it? So we need to find out if that's really Kyoko. We need to, like, get to Kyoko and figure this out. It's 11 o'clock right now. Okay, and... Oh, well, I was just thinking about when we first found the body. When the body was found, I was like 9 o'clock-ish. Okay, so Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock. I had a dining hall. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was at 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time is it then? Around 9. Yep. That's right, it had to have been right around 9 o'clock.
You know?
Now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done.
That's a pretty small job. Alright, so that's important at least. So at least Hiro gave us some information.
So who does that body belong to? Whoever it is, I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore.
Alright, so she's no help. Let's check the chicken coop. I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. There's a chicken missing. 4? There were 5 before, I'm fairly certain.
What's going on, Makoto?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here?
Of course, there were precisely 5.
Yeah, right.
What's wrong?
There's only 4 left. We're 1 short.
Huh?
That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared. So that obviously has something to do with the investigation.
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then. What are we gonna do? Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world.
Conspiracy!
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished.
I did my best to ignore Hiro and focus on the problem at hand. I did my best to ignore Hiro. That is what everyone should be doing. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? I think it could be, because I mean, it's a truth bullet. Check the tool shed. Just to be sure, I should take a look. Is there anything in here that we need to look at other than that? That's interesting. Yeah. Is this a tarp? Oh, not another tarp. God. I should probably look into that. It could be related to the case. Where did the tarp come from, though? The top is wet and covered with mud and grime, but the underside, it's totally clean and completely dry. One side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. So the tarp could have been used to, like, cover the body, maybe, when the sprinklers were on? Alright, well, we don't need to stay here. Can we check the actual sprinklers? Do we need to check the sprinkler times? This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They are set to turn at 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed. Hold on. So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right, but the body isn't wet everywhere. Which means the murder must have taken place after the sprinklers had been turned on, or it took place before the sprinklers turned on, but the tarp was on. Specifically that fragment I found before, there's somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. And I still need to find out more about Kyoko. Is that corpse really Kyoko? That's true. Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? I don't really know where it wants me to go for that fragment. Unless it's like the dojo or the broken room, I don't really know. Okay, the key to our room is with Byakuya. So if we want to go into our room, I will simply limit your options.
What?
Because I'm a douche.
Just give up.
I am the ultimate douchebag. I don't have a choice. I have to see if you'll let me borrow her room key. Oh boy. Hey Byakuya, how you doing? Byakuya, if you do come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later at the class trial. Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it. I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story. Then, will you go with me? Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later and we'll see.
Goodbye.
Depending on my mood, I may go with you or I may not. Come back later, huh? Okay then, in the meantime, I should look around somewhere else. I'll get you some coke, because I know you love that present. Maybe you should check out that one area. I genuinely don't know where it wants us to go. I have no idea, so... Let's look on the map, and let's just see where the... Because normally there's like a question mark or something near the areas where we need to look at. Or I guess not. I guess we're going to the dojo then. Let's check the dojo out. Well, let's go. Anything in here that we need to check? Okay, that locker is missing a key. There are wooden lockers here. I don't see anything here that might be connected to the case. There's a locker that's missing its key. Come on. A suit of armor is on display. Nothing is catching my attention. Okay, so this place is useless. Alright. Can we go to the biolab now? Maybe, like, that's opened up? That would be cool. I don't know if it's open or not, though, so this is going to be interesting. Go on. Damn it. Is there anything in here that we need to look at? I don't know. Okay, nothing in here that really screams murder case. Okay, where do we want to go then? I'm genuinely not sure. 1 second, guys. Map, and let's go back to 5th floor, 1st floor, the gym. Okay, we need to go to the gym. Oh, because that panel thing might have come from Monokuma, maybe. I'm not sure. Alright, so what do we need to look at the gym? Obviously the Monokuma robot. Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
I just found something. What is it?
It's... Oh, because the panel looks like the panel from the bomb. I'm dumb. A bomb. There's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
A bomb?
And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden... Fragments near the dead body have been updated in the truth bullets section of your handbook. Okay, I've checked everything else I can think of. All that's left now is Kyoko's room. I should head back to the garden and ask Byakuya. Alright. So we're going straight back to the garden. So literally, this is a very quick investigation if we're ending it at Kyoko's room. Hi, Byakuya. How you doing? You think you can go soon, Byakuya?
Let's go.
You want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go. Wait for me. Byakuya walked off without a second glance, and I hurried him after him on the way to the dorms. Okay, so Kyoko's room, right next to my room, ironically. Let's go. I can't unlock it myself. Oh, I actually have to ask him. Okay, Byakuya, would you please be a dear? Well then, here we go. Byakuya took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then click. And it's open. Looks like it. Thanks. Let's see what Kyoko's room looks like. Is it gonna be personalized like everyone else's, or just there? Just there, then. This is Kyoko's room. What's that on the table? That looks like a locker key to the dojo. There's something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve? I think it's probably a key. The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers. I wouldn't know. I've never gone to a public bathhouse. That doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Byakuya doing something like that.
It's certainly
But if it is
possible.
a key, I think I might know what it unlocks. Really? What? Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to. The dojo. So we're off to the dojo then, I assume, unless we need to look for something else. Here's her bed. This is a bed. This is kind of cool. Okay, dojo time. Okay. Well, we can't teleport, so I guess, Byakuya, would you like to...
What?
You wanted to come here, right? So what is it you're looking for? Nothing in particular, I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here? Sorry. Regardless, if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete? Something to give us some sort of direction here? More concrete? Oh, I know! Earlier, Kyoko gave me something. What's this?
It's true.
Oh, is he gonna open the envelope? I'm sure I have it here somewhere. Found it. What's in the envelope? Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened, I should open it. Well, something has certainly happened, so open it. Oh, okay. I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all there was in there? Yeah, it looks like it. Under the sheets. What could it be? Well, let's take a look under the sheets then, shall we? But could something be hidden under the bed sheets? Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What do we find? What's this? I found a crumpled up piece of paper. Mukuro Ikusaba Class 78 Student Registry. Female. Mukuro Ikusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuro Ikusaba's profile. Yeah, looks like it. That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key. That was the blank. Yeah. This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind. I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search. Okay. I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mukuro Ikusaba. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from childhood and soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined a mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she'd received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Mukuro's profile, so she was part of a mercenary group. The Ultimate Soldier, a mercenary group? This doesn't feel real. The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one's non-fiction and the other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person. But then,
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. You recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses, and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering. This is all part of a world totally removed from the one I live in. I have to say I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard already says that Fenrir has already...
Found it! Whoa, I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player, and a bit player is becoming our hero.
It's you!
What have you got in your pretty little hand there?
What?
You found her profile.
So what if we did?
Hey!
Don't freak out on me.
Come on
I'm not gonna hold it
now.
against you or anything. And in case you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Ogami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course!
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting?
Interesting.
It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I? I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey!
When you first got here in the main hallway, Ray, back then, there were 15 people, right? I think the first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all.
A misunderstanding? Are you saying...
In other words...
That's right. There weren't actually 15 of you.
Yes,
The total
indeed.
number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16.
16? Then... Mukuro Kusaba.
the
Yeah, the
16th
16th student is
watch
real.
out.
The 16th student, Mukuro Kusaba. She's part of the school life? So the one making all the regulations is...
Why?
Why?
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we've got so many viewers right now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know?
Yes, indeed.
Makes sense?
Well, now,
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get, so I have an extra bonus for you.
Revenge?
I want to get back at that sneaky Miss Kirigiri, so I'm gonna share a little secret with ya.
Seriously?
hey!
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see.
What?
Now that's all you get.
So, Kyoko's gloves hide scars. That proves that Kyoko can't be the person that died, because the person that died had a tattoo, yeah, but there were no scars on those hands. You could tell. This is interesting. The tattoo. That's not Kyoko. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, and that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means that's not Kyoko. Are you thinking about Kyoko again? Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap. His trap.
Such ignorance.
God must really have hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mukuro was a student here.
That's right.
Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mukuro is the one creating the rules to the game. But why would he tell us that? And why now? He said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later. But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mukuro is connected to this case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair. Mukuro is related to the case?
It's certainly
Perhaps
possible.
she's the one who killed Kyoko. What? That would explain why we have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student, she killed someone. That would make her a part of the school killing game. Mukuro is the killer? She killed Kyoko? Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mukuro Ikusaba isn't the culprit. What makes you say that? We thought Mukuro, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of the way to reveal themselves to us? That's a good point.
So in other
Mukuro
words...
giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. It makes more sense then to assume that Mukuro isn't the culprit. So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mukuro and come to the wrong conclusion. That's what makes sense to me. The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible, but if that's really true, if Mukuro isn't the killer, then who is? Well then, I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation. I should find out if that key and the dojo are really connected.
Let's go.
Well, are you coming? Alright. Let's go use that key on the locker that I noticed earlier. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like at those super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of the lockers.
I see.
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
Very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at the moment. You understand what that means, right? I should probably use the key we found on the locker, right?
That's right.
Well, just try it. Okay. I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock, and click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here, and there's blood on some tape underneath the arrows. They're made of titanium, which means they are quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks. Strong sticks. Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a bloodstain?
I see.
If it is, then it must surely be related to the case. This duct tape is related to the case somehow? But how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all the locker has to offer for now. What else? Is something wrong?
Very strange.
It's very odd, don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps... Byakuya? Forget it. Come on, we need to continue on to the next location. What next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir. Fenrir? You mean the mercenary group that Mukuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that? Isn't it obvious? Where in this school would you go to do research on something? Research. Are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info that the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins, let's hurry. Of course we're going to Byakuya's favorite place in the bloody school. I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here. Byakuya seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to a shelf in the back. Here we go. He quickly returned with a file in hand. Can we read it?
I see.
Take a look at this. I have no idea what... That's the same logo as the tattoo on the hand. So does that prove that Mukuro Ikusaba is actually the victim? I have no idea what it says. What language is this? How did you make it all the way to high school without learning a single word of French? I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French. Well, whatever. I'll read it for you, but I expect you to repay your debt 100 times over. 100 times? Isn't that kind of extreme, you know, Byakuya-sama senpai? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is the equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into any enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. However, some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are uniformed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group, and they simply imploded.
What?
What is it? This all just sounds like some kind of alternate reality. Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here. An unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting. He is a really sick individual. Byakuya has some very weird hobbies, and it's very uncomfortable. Just hearing him talk about how people going crazy, shooting, everything is a part of the world. It's really uncomfortable. Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use. I agree with you, Makoto, right there. So did anything jump out at you? This must be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir. Now that you mention it, the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right? That's right, it said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body. Like the tattoo on the hand of the body. Yeah. And it's class trial time. Well, this is interesting. We still haven't seen Kyoko, so we have no idea whether she's the one that's dead or not.
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us. organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial. So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later.
He's too excited for this. Then the time has come. All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go. And with that, guys, I'm going to end this episode off here. If you're enjoying the series so far, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And in the next episode, we're going to take on class trial number 5, and we're going to see what happens. I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.